I'm Batman, and I saw The Dark Knight. It is directed by Christopher Nolan, and I have a special guest here. It's the Joker, baby.
Overacted.
Introduce yourself. Who
I'm
is
Hollow
you?
Zach from PKA and Real Men Talk Shit. How the hell are you doing? Figured I'd jump
Doing
on
good?
for my favorite movie of all time.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, what's your first exposure to this movie?
I was crying in the back of a car in the middle of a drive-in and breaking up with my longtime girlfriend at the time, and it was downpouring rain. I couldn't see a damn thing. Yeah.
Oh, those are some fond memories.
Yeah, my mom thought I was getting laid. I was only 15 years old.
Ah.
Really odd situation. That's how I got these scars.
Perfect situation for a Batman movie. Just like probably the most interesting and fast-paced intro that I've seen yet in a movie. We have a bunch of bank guys, the bank robbers, they're robbing a bank and they're being given instructions to murder each other. I don't think I've seen this in a movie.
I thought it was really fucking ingenious. What do you want?
I mean, I'm glad it's introduced in this movie. I'm glad
up all the loose ends.
Yeah, we got the people, and it's like, oh, we're gonna get part of the split if we fulfill our part in murdering people. But actually, this is all a mastermind. It was all a ploy by the Joker. He's stealing all the money, and I'm like, man, how much of a genius is the Joker really? Like, he has to be. He's able to maneuver around people. It's either because he's so unhinged, or he's a genius, or maybe it's both. What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of, this movie was really thoroughly interesting to me because of the, mental illness that it's showing. It's showing not necessarily a split personality disorder, but you have somebody who has absolute narcissism and believes everything is his game.
Yeah.
And then you have an absolute massive depression and borderline personality disorder situation like the Joker. He is able to outthink everybody because he fucking has to. He's put in a place where he has to be the smartest person in the situation, and the only person that can outbeat him is the person that has money.
That's true. That's I hadn't considered that, but that makes a lot of sense. I guess that's why Batman's the perfect rival for him, because it's like, how will he defeat this guy if he has a lot of resources?
And that's why so many people point to the Joker as a red flag. Oh, well, if he understands the Joker, if he's able to see all these things, then he's probably not a person you should be around, because he understands something that's probably a little fucked up or a little dark.
The understanding the Joker part is a little fucked up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what a lot of females say are red flags when you understand the Joker, because of how dark and twisted his mind is.
I just feel like he should have some basic empathy. Like,
you should be able to understand all sides. It's not hard.
Yeah, you should be like, oh man, I feel bad for that guy, that he's resorting to this amount of violence and this
Imagine looking like this on your daily basis.
Yeah, that's how you got these scars. I wonder how he got these scars. I feel bad for the Joker every time I look at his face. So we have Batman is pairing with Commissioner Gordon, right? It's a nice little pairing ship that they have. What do you think of their relationship?
I think the mustache attracts the whole bare face that Batman rocks, and it keeps going.
Yeah, it's really funny. Their mustache must be the only thing keeping them together, and also the crime fighting. Because my gauge on how the Commissioner Gordon feels about the Batman is that appreciates him, but at the same time is like, dude, you're a vigilante. Like, I can't be seen with you. So there's like definitely some mixed feelings there. And
It
also
seems like he's resentful that he's smarter than he is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And there's also some like weird feelings about Harvey Dent as well. Oh man, when his character is introduced in the movie, I was like, oh, that's Two-Face right there. I can just tell. And I don't really have much exposure to the character other than the other Batman movies that I've seen. But I mean,
I went through and I watched
got a good
this
personality
again,
What'd you
and
say?
I watched all of the. I went through and watched this, and then watched. I believe it's College Humor. They went through and made like a little skit about like every part. Greatest joke ever. And Batman's like, okay, Harvey, put the kid down, and he's like, good Harvey. Ooh, spooky face. And then he turns his face over to the other side and his face is split perfectly in the middle. He's like, what'd you do with Harvey? Fuck it. Just dumb little fucking humor. But there's so much little shit like that in this movie that you could just rip off like they do in every single fucking thing.
Yeah. It's funny. I actually do like seeing some of the little bits of humor because it's unexpected in this movie. And whenever there is a humorous part, it's like, oh, I'm laughing. I wasn't expecting to have myself laughing while watching a Batman movie, but yet here I am.
Like how he flips back and forth telling how he got the scars 15 different ways, and one of them in the middle of a party when he has a knife in a girl's mouth. It's great.
You know, that's a
Like,
humorous
why am I
scene.
giggling right now? Why?
Why am I laughing hysterically? This should be taken more seriously. Oh man, there's definitely a lot of times during this movie when I was watching it that I was just like, man, this is such hype. This is hype the movie. Would you agree?
Oh, it's one of the most thrilling movies of all time, honestly. It has a mental health and kind of psychological thriller backing if you watch it a specific way. If you're looking for like the crime drama, it's also there. It's one of the most fully, thoroughly fleshed out movies on different levels that most people will actually watch. Like everything else has so many more different little pieces to it.
Yeah, exactly. You said it better than I could have said it. So there's Harvey Dent, right? And I was mentioning him again because I noticed at the beginning he has the coin and he's using it to be kind of like a douche canoe. He's like, aha, your fate is in the fate of these coin. Yeah. He's pretty much just like he's like, aha, I'm better than you because I follow fates of the coin and not random decisions. And I could argue that that's even dumber, to follow the fate of a coin, because a coin isn't evenly weighted. Like, it depends on the coin, but like,
even if
they're
it was,
mostly
it's
not
still,
evenly weighted.
What, 48? I said even if it was, it's still 48 by 48 or 49 by 49. There's like a 2 to 4% chance that it still doesn't land on either side equally.
Yeah! So what is this fairness that we're dealing with here? Oh, I'm ultra fair Harvey Dent over here. We just flip a coin all the time.
It's a good way to keep emotions out of it, though.
That is true. But there is a lot of emotions and high tensions within the mafia that the Joker's dealing with now, because he's stealing a bunch of money. And the Joker's like, ooh, I'm the Joker, baby. And the mafia is just scared. They're so scared. They don't know how to deal with this guy. It seems to me, they give me the impression that they're usually the ones in control, and now that they're reacting to the Joker, they don't know what to do. They're just freaking out. They're just like, oh god, we just gotta send this money out.
Like, they deal with everything with control. So, obviously, with the mafia and everybody else, if you step out of line, you're going to get stomped out. If you disrespect somebody, you're dead. The Joker is somebody who's so witty and logical, even in the darkest of time. He's just gonna do something fucking weird that you don't expect, like smash your face into a pencil and kill you.
Yeah. Oh man.
You want to see a pencil disappear?
Let me show you a magic trick. It will go into your throat. Don't worry. You won't feel a thing.
Just like in Full Metal Jacket, he will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you.
I really like the plan to get a ton of money to kill Batman, and I'm just like sitting here like, I don't think the Joker ever plans on killing Batman. This must be some sort of ruse that's happening. Like, if Joker wanted to kill Batman, I feel like he would do it by now. You know?
They can't kill each other. They need each other.
They do need each other. But if they could kill each other, they would have already.
It's a level of mental illness. At some point, you need somebody to be your foil, and if they're not, then you kind of are just floating, and you're kind of useless at that point.
That's true.
Like, if Batman
mental
doesn't
illness
have the
foil.
if he doesn't have the supervillains in order to push him to be a better detective and a better person, then he really will never meet the level that he needs to be.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, like, people pushing him to his extremes all the time. Both Joker and Batman. And because they're being pushed to the extremes, they're doing more extreme stuff. Like, Batman has to quickly go to China to save somebody before he has to go like, oh,
bad business deal.
Yeah. I wouldn't personally want to go to China just because,
I wouldn't want to eat bats.
How popular is it to eat bats there?
I don't know, you're Batman.
I mean, I don't look into cannibalism of my own species.
I don't know. It seems like something I wouldn't want to have to worry about. Where bats are even a question that I don't want bats anywhere around me.
Yeah, not even those fruit bats. Ew. I don't want them eating my fruit. It's my fruit.
Exactly.
We got Harvey Dent over here. He's like, here's a big brain move that I can play. How about I want the Joker. It seems like everybody wants the Joker. The Joker is unattainable, and everyone just wants to grab him, touch him, touch his face, you know, touch his scars, kind of understand how he got his scars. Harvey Dent's like, all right, I am Batman. And I'm like, no, you're not. Clearly you're not. And it's funny to see Batman see somebody else claim to be Batman on TV. And it's like, you're not Batman. I'm Batman. So I thought that was funny. Private
reaction to it in the scene with the dogs and everything else too. He's like, Alfred, there's 5 of them that are saying that they're me now. There's 5 people that are just bad at what I do.
And yeah, they're just running around just trying to do vigilante stuff. And I'm like, no, you don't have the technology. You're not a billionaire. You can't do this correctly.
You can't drive a tank car over hundreds of thousands of dollars of cars just because I feel like it.
Yeah, you don't have a private stash where Morgan Freeman gives you your weapons. I want Morgan Freeman to give me my weapons. Be cool. I want to afford him. Wouldn't you want to afford Morgan Freeman to man your weapon stash?
Samuel L. Jackson might be a little bit better.
Okay.
A couple motherfuckers as he's handing me shit would be thoroughly interesting.
That's true. You're either being given weapons by Django or God.
Yeah.
So, I choose Django. Not gonna lie. This has gone off the rails. So we, speaking of off the rails, Joker is off the rails. He is so off the rails. We got so many people trying to find out where the Joker is. You know, he's No, he's hard to find. He's unpredictable. He's like an invisible bird because he's all over the place and he's never caught, ever. How does he do that? Does he have a car of his own? Does he have a Joker car?
A purple Lamborghini, from what I've seen.
Oh, what? Oh. A purple Lamborghini? Then that seems like it'd be easy to spot in Gotham. A purple Lambo.
Yeah.
No one has a purple Lambo.
It's in the Suicide Squad. Rick Ross even wrote the song.
Well,
probably before he wrote Damaged on his forehead.
Whew, you know, speaking of damage on a forehead, there is a fun sequence of scenes that I really like within this part of the movie. So we can have Rachel. We're having love interest Batman. Let's just push her out the window. Let's just see what happens. You know, a fun game where we push her out the window. And then I like seeing Batman just like full out just jumping out of the window to save her. And then I see that, I'm like, how? I know he had like gadgets, but like how? How do you trust yourself?
How does nobody know?
Yeah.
If I fell out of a window, nobody's fucking jumping after me. Nobody.
And, okay, when you reach terminal velocity, does that mean that you catch up to the person going also terminal velocity? Like, wouldn't you not have time to catch up to her? I've always seen this in movies,
logic.
Just in general.
Yeah,
and
we're
I've
just
always
getting
had
into
that
movie
question.
logic. It's always the answer.
Movie logic! It's all that matters. So now we have more people questioning what the Joker's intentions could possibly be, and maybe it's just that he wants to see the world burn. He wants to see it up in flames. Do you want to see the world burn?
I think it's the only answer some days. Some people are just so fucked up that they can't even grasp reality. They're just like, everybody's gonna burn anyway. Yeah. We're kind of getting to that point if we want to be honest.
You can burn in a fire, you can burn in a cremator after you're dead. We're all going to burn sometime, you know. It makes sense.
Nuclear explosion. It'll happen at some point.
Exactly. Hopefully World War III comes soon. And then we can all burn. And speaking of burning, so we have, first of all, we got Gordon is promoted, and so he has more power within the police station, which is nice, because I've always thought that he would always be hindered because of how many corrupt cops there are within the system. Like, because people like him, or rather, people know that he's good and don't like him for that reason. But
you see
I'm
that a
actually
lot
surprised.
in the TV show too. You see that a lot in the TV show Gotham too. You see like the early ages of him as a character and stuff.
I did not know that. It's good to know. What's fun is that I like seeing the Joker straight up say to Batman's face, "Hey, I don't want to kill you. Also, Rachel, I see you liking her. So here's a proposal. Let's have a grand proposal time. Rachel's in this spot. We have Harvey Dent. I've kidnapped him. He's in this other spot. Go." And then we have Batman goes run, and the police officers go run, right? And we think, oh, maybe they're going to Rachel. The cops are going to Rachel, and Batman's going to Harvey, or vice versa. But no, they're going to the opposite people. They're not able to save Rachel. But and also the amount of gasoline poured onto Harvey Dent is an insane amount. For the longest time, I thought that gasoline burnt your skin upon impact. Have you heard this?
I think I have. The weirder thing that I heard was that automatically when you open the thing, the fumes were also flammable. The liquid actually itself is not flammable unless there's actual fire elsewhere. Only the
Oh.
fumes are flammable.
Huh. Wow. Well, I didn't know that.
I
Wait,
learned
so
that from this Russian guy online.
Oh. So there's the fumes, like in a car, for example?
Yes.
The combustion process is the fumes, not the liquid itself?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how does it turn into fumes? Does it just get heated?
It essentially separates very, very close to like room temperature-ish.
Okay.
And then the fire that's around it, which would be caused by the engine, would cause the explosion.
Good to know. Speaking of explosions, we're having an explosion happen. An explosion occurs. Rachel is dead. Harvey, he gets out, but then gets caught on fire anyway, and his face is half burnt, and I just feel bad for him, because it's like, oh, geez, I don't think you're going to... No one's gonna like you anymore.
And American Pie all in one picture. You just gotta turn his face.
Oh, gross. Oh, geez. I don't think he has a face for a politician as he was previously. And now, I don't think... How could he? How could he become a politician at this point? Like, I feel like you gotta have the pretty face. You know?
But think of our politicians. Nancy Pelosi literally looks like a crypt keeper.
Oh, yeah. I guess our politicians just have to look like dungeon masters, and they'll be fine. So actually, Harvey Dent, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
You can run for president.
You could just turn one way. When he needs to be mad scary face.
Yeah, this is how he's going to run his authoritarian regime, is he turns one way, and then whenever he wants to strike fear into the hearts of all of the civilians, he turns the other way. And it's like, I could be showing you the other side of me. Ooh, and then they'll get scared and then have to do whatever he says.
It's really weird that caused him to develop bipolar disorder.
It is weird. Huh, it is. He didn't seem at all like off when before this
completely normal,
explosion.
just had an addicted personality.
Yeah. And then explosion, and immediately he's freaking out.
Bipolar.
The Joker comes to him and is able to persuade him to be against Batman. And what's interesting about the Joker is he has a weird ability to persuade by saying like, "Oh, I'm just like a dog who's trying to catch his tail. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I caught it, right?" And it's like the Joker seems to be more and more as I watch this movie. He seems to be more and more just kind of going off of his instinct, and his instinct is insanity.
And he's able to sell everybody else on his impulse and his read of the entire situation. He's like, this is what I expect to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that at all.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to dress up like a nurse and just blow up an entire hospital.
Oh, that was such a good scene. The only context that I have of the scene is I've seen it just like out of context. I didn't know.
Everybody loves that gif. Everybody does.
Yes. He walks out of the hospital, it doesn't blow up immediately. He's like, what's going on? And then it explodes. And it's like, oh, that's fun. I also like the two boats scene where you have the two boats. One of them is a prisoner boat, and one of them is just a passenger cruise ship or a passenger like ferry boat. And the Joker's like, okay, y'all, you guys got a task. Okay, you guys hit this button. The other person dies, and you survive. If both of you guys hit this button, then you guys are both dead. But if none of you guys hit this button, what will happen? One of you guys better hit the other button because the other person might hit the button.
They made a comic book Saw movie.
What was that?
I said they made a comic book Saw movie. That's essentially what they did.
Oh. Well, that's...
They said, let's play a game.
Yeah. Less bloody, but more torturous, in my opinion. because you're dealing with a ton of people, and you're dealing with mass panic, and that's
and it shows everybody in a gray area. You have the biggest, scariest guy walk up and take the key that blows up the other ship in the prison ship. He said, "Give it to me."
Yeah.
"Give it to me," and throws it out the fucking window. Meanwhile, you have this like short little bald guy that walks up, like, "Give me the key. I'll turn it."
And he's unable
I can't do it. Yeah. It's like, okay, so who's really the bad guy now?
A murderer wasn't able to do more murder.
A murderer said, "I would rather die than them."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone here is a bad guy. It's fun. I honestly like it. I like this social experiment. Even the Joker calls it a social experiment. And I'm like, ooh, this is exciting.
Do we blame him for Logan Paul?
Yes, actually. The Joker is the blame for Logan Paul. Confirmed.
So, what do you think would have happened if Heath Ledger actually didn't die for the second movie? Because that's what was supposed to happen.
If he did not die?
Yeah.
Maybe he would have like had some sort of. Maybe he would have helped Bane. Maybe. I don't know what he could do actually.
That entire story was added. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the hypothetical fourth Spider-Man. That entire story is just created on the spot. There was a second greenlit one with Heath Ledger that was supposed to be an extend to the Dark Knight. So I wonder what the hell would have happened.
I'm curious too. I do like, speaking of dying though, of course Harvey Dent is becoming more and more unhinged, and he even eventually gets to the point where he's using the dice, boop, throwing it up in the air, just using the dice throw to predict whether you're going to die or not, and then a lot of people end up dying because of that method. And then he goes around still is doing that. It's like, heads, you die. Like, heads, I win. Tails, you lose. Or something like that. And then he throws it up in the air. And this determines whether...
This is my father's coin.
Yeah. This is my father. This is very important to me. That's how I know it has all the luck in the world. Because my father gave it to me.
And it's 100% guaranteed.
Exactly. So, Dent has the biggest brain in the world. He's like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that I steal the Gordon's family. Because he's a police officer and a cab. Am I right? You know, that's what Harvey Dent's kind of like at this moment. He's like, fuck Gordon's family. Who needs them? And he like kidnaps him. He's about to like off him. But I really like this part, right? I like all the fight scenes in this movie. My favorite part is when Dent is pushed off of. He's just pushed off and he falls and he goes fall and then he dies. And I'm like, oh, that's how he dies? Like, I guess so, because this is the second movie. He's introduced in the second movie. He's clearly taken out in the second movie. I feel like you'd have a bigger part, honestly.
It's a morality flip. Oh, I'm gonna kill the boy, and then all of a sudden he dies within seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just flip the morality right on him. It's good writing. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. It is pretty great writing. There's a lot of complexity within the script, and there's a lot of nuances that pretty much interweave with each other very well. It's a very interconnected plot. I really do like. My favorite. I keep saying everything's my favorite part because this is such a good movie, but there's just like so much good build up to moments, and then when the moments come, I'm like, oh wow, the moment that happened, and then more moments happen after that. I'm like, wow, even more moments happen within the movie, and I'm pretty much engaged watching this movie the entire time. And this thing caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. It was when After Harvey dies, when Batman's like, I will take blame for the murder. And then Gordon's like, okay, I have to call in the police. Are you on the run now? And now Batman's on the run, and that's the end of the movie. And I really like that ending a lot.
That quote is fantastic, too, that he's telling his son. Such a heartfelt moment.
Oh, yeah. What was that quote? Do you remember that quote?
He is not the hero we need, but he's the hero we deserve.
Yeah.
And we'll keep running because that's what we deserve to be doing.
Yeah. I like that his son is able to see Batman for who he truly is. And I'm sure he's going to hear a lot of slander about Batman growing up. You know? They might want to defend. That's how I imagine it, though.
Makes a lot of sense.
So, overall, what's your favorite thing about the movie? What's your thoughts about the movie?
I think it actually changed the way people looked at things. Like,
yeah.
Especially if you look at like pop culture before that movie, there wasn't like movie T-shirts just sitting in Walmart ready to fucking wear and with people's characters' faces on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It seemed like it actually changed the way that people wanted their characters to be. And Heath Ledger's Joker is the first one that really kind of sticks out like that. It's like the crazy lunatic who actually changed the way that he perceived the world. You see another similar character with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool and stuff like that too, where it's just that is that person's embodiment at that point. That is just who they are. They kind of just do those things. And Heath Ledger kind of was one of those first kind of steps in that direction, at least in my lifetime. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I do think these actors really embrace the character that they're doing, especially in this movie. The ones you mentioned also do that. Yeah, the movie just feels like I'm watching a bunch of characters inhabit a world, and it just feels so believable to me. Like, I feel like I'm at Gotham watching this movie, and I feel like that I live in Gotham, and I feel like I'm scared living in Gotham because, wow, the Joker's running around. He's doing a lot of mayhem. I wouldn't want to live in a city where the Joker's running around, would you?
No, that sounds like fucking chaos. I'd be overwhelmed. I'd be trying to figure out every little thing he's gonna do, and then fucking miss one little thing.
Yeah, it will come behind you, like, I'm the Joker, and then laughing gas.
Yeah, and I don't have the whole Batman level of money. I'd get fucked.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on this movie?
One of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Ooh,
great movie.
A great movie. So great, what would you rate this movie?
9.5.
9.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
I think I'd give this movie, it's a solid 9 out of 10.
And I don't rate movies for my job.
What?
And I said I don't rate movies for my job.
Woo! It's a good movie. It's a great movie. I feel like after watching all of the movies that I've seen, and so many of them just being so mid and some 7s, this movie definitely stands out. 100%. Where would it find you? Where would you find you? Plug your stuff.
You can go check out my podcast at RMTS Podcast. You can check out the podcast I produce, top 200 in the world. Go check out Painkiller Already, wherever you find podcasts. And come hang out on Twitter. Everything else is Hotload Zach. Twitch, YouTube, all of it. Somewhere.
Alright, if you like this video, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20. Redeem us at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link to find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad. I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Adios.